Hey, and welcome back to Zero to Game Dev Hero. Today's video will be short, but will teach you something very important. It's about randomness in games. You have probably already played many games where things are random. Random loot, randomly generated levels, or drawing cards from a pile that are random. Randomness is very important in game development, but is quite easy to implement. All you need to start off is the random class. This class offers you a few methods, but the one we want to learn in this video is the range method. Random.Range. And that's all this video is about. All this method does is it gives you a random number from the specified range. You give it a min value and the max value, and you will get a random number from between those two numbers. There are two versions of this. An integer version and a float version. And those methods return you either a float or an integer. In the integer version, the min value is inclusive. That means it can be returned as the number. The max value is exclusive, so it cannot be returned as the random number. For example, if we have an integer range from 0 to 5, you can only get 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4, not the 5. In the float version, the min and max value are inclusive. So if you have a range from -1 to 1, all numbers like -1 or -0.456, 0.99 or even 1 can be returned as a float value. But enough theory. Let's implement a random y position in our pipe spawner. So in our code, we can create a random number just before we spawn a pipe. We need a float, so we can write float, and we give it the name random y pos, so the random y position. This float equals random.range, and then inside the brackets we can write the range, so -2 and 2. So our min y position is -2 and our max y position is 2. We need to write -2f and 2f so that the method knows it should use the float version. And now instead of spawning our pipe at y position 0, we can spawn it at random y position. So now every time when we get into the if statement, so every time when the counter reaches our interval value, we will first generate a random number and then spawn our pipe with the number as y position. That's it. We can move our spawned pipe a bit more to the right so that they spawn out of the screen. Something like 8. Cool, let's test it. Don't forget to save and hit play. Now you see that the pipes are spawning at the random y position every time. That's it for today. Next time, we will learn about colliders so that our bird does not fly through the pipes or through the ground anymore. If you like my content, I would really appreciate it if you would hit the sub button. It helps me a lot. If you have any feedback or questions, leave a comment. Thank you for watching and see you next time.